So you're in your 20s and you feel the societal pressure to have everything figured out. You should have a child, you should have a great job, you should know where you're heading in life. But we all know when we're in our 20s, that's far from the truth. So I'm turning 28 next month. I'm in the ending of my 20s. And while I was in these years in my 20s figuring out myself, I realized the lies and the pressure being fed from the Western world. And as I look around, see my other peers of peers falling for this pressure of having everything figured out, and it takes a toll on their mind, I feel the need to make a video for more people in the same boat. So I came up with 5 things that you should start doing heavily, you should master in your 20s. And let's get right into it. The first thing is to engage in hobbies, preferably hobbies that you're interested in that you can monetize. So not only does hobbies get you outside of the house and get you to connected with other people, it also opens the doors for you to find yourself and find exactly what you want in this life. See, people who go to school, graduate, get a job that their parents told them that they would like them to get, they really don't know what they want in life. They don't know who they are because they've been listening to everybody else. They don't have a mind for their own. And when you don't engage in hobbies that you truly enjoy, that you truly like doing, you will go through your whole life lost and also depressed because you're following someone else's pattern. You're trying to put on someone else's shoe when you have your own shoes. When I moved to New York, I didn't know I liked painting. I always disliked art class because I would judge my art to everybody else's. I would judge my art according to somebody else's, when we all had our own stroke. We all have our own rhythm. And once you find a hobby that you love and you monetize it, that is a stepping stone of getting out the 9 to 5. That's a stepping stone to getting outside the rat race. You're in the rat race because you're scared to take the leap. You don't trust yourself and you don't know what you're into. So when you're in 20, start doing everything. Instead of clubbing, try painting. Instead of clubbing, try going rock climbing. Try pick up a camera and do photography. Start building cars. Anything that gets you outside of the house, outside of your comfort zone, and it forces you to connect with other people. So engage in hobbies, preferably ones that you can monetize, that you can make a living off of. 2, take large risks. I know some of us start a family young, but most of us in our 20s, we could afford to take large risks and it won't impact our family or ourselves on a large term, on a large scale. And I don't have children. I don't have a wife yet because I'm still learning myself. And this is not to knock anyone who has a child at a young age or who has a wife or spouse at a young age, but do you have the time to really do what you want to do? Your time is limited because you have to give your time to your child, you have to give your time to your spouse. And a lot of the times men become great when they're by themselves. It's not a lot of married men who become great. I'm not saying it's not possible, but look at the greats: Tesla, Einstein, many more greats who died single, bachelor lifestyle. And that's not just because they want to fuck everything, but it's because when you're so focused on your hobbies or your life purpose, everything else becomes second to that. And when us men or women, when we get into that love frequency, that love takes over and triumphs our purpose and direction in life. Few of us know how to balance both love and purpose. And if you do, you're amazing. You could probably teach me. But we're in the perfect position to take risks. As we get older, it'll become harder to take larger risks because we have more on the table. Society expects more of us at our age. So in your 20s, start that business. Who cares if you fail? You're in your 20s. You know how much men in their 40s started businesses and they failed, but you don't know about it? Their success overrides their failures. And in our 20s, we can't be worried about failure too much because we don't even know ourselves. I was around family members, and he asked me, a family member asked me how old I am, and I said 27. He said, man, you ain't even born yet. And I felt that because I feel, especially as men, we don't become born till we're 40. We don't start making the most money until we're like 35 to 50. So now's the time to fail and take calculated risk. Start that business. Start that podcast. Who cares if your parents try to talk you out of it? Don't let them put your insecurities and projections onto you to discourage you. You have to go past that and see the end of the tunnel for yourself. 3, develop healthy habits. So this can be anywhere from getting into fitness, keeping a clean house, keeping your room clean, everything like that, learning a language, and just practicing 30-day challenges. This could be no cursing for 30 days, no sugar for 30 days, all these healthy habits. This develops you into the adult you will become. It's going to be more difficult to develop more healthy habits when you get older, you get more busy with age, you may have a family. So now is the age where you're developing habits that form your life. This is the age where you get your body right. So even if you go through a slump, you have a solid foundation. This is where you start your business and you work on it every day. So by the time you're 35, 36, it becomes your lifestyle. The point is, like what I'm saying, all these things to do in your 20s all go together. And I could have a list of 10 things, but I'm just sticking with 5 for now. I don't want to keep the video too long. But you develop healthy habits and that shapes you in your adulthood. You can start habits anytime, but this is the age when you have the energy, you have the vision, you have all the creative ideas. You just lack the discipline and the guidance. But you're supposed to lead yourself and have mentors along your way to help you into the right direction. And it's up to you to water the plants every day. It's up to you to water the garden and feed your skills and creativity every day. So develop healthy habits. And this could also mean, this could also be financial habits as well. Saving. All of that is healthy habits, saving. Many adults, many grown men and women can't even save correctly or don't know how to save. They have a strong emotional attachment to money, so they can't save. They see it as a coping mechanism. They want to spend it when they're sad. They want to spend it when they're mad. They want to go to a trip when they're depressed. That's unhealthy habits. So in our 20s, it's perfect to develop these habits. 4th one, and this more applies to the Western world, build credit. I know, at least in my community, the African American community, the Black community, the African community, Moor community, whatever you want to call yourself, we have a negative perspective on credit because our older family members who had a negative experience with credit tells us it's bad because they didn't pay their payments and they missed interest and it keeps piling on, and they got to debt. Credit will get you far in life. Also money. I used to be anti-credit until one of my brothers put me on how credit can get you far in life. And you want to realize this in your 30s when you're ready to buy a house and you realize your credit score is poor and then you have to pay higher interest rates. You could also use credit to leverage your money. You don't want to wait till you need credit to use it. Get a Citibank double cash card, 2% back. Get the Apple card, the basic cards with cash back. You also get money back. So not only are you practicing financial healthy habits. You're actually getting money back from practicing healthy habits. People who don't have a negative perspective on credit, cash is king and all that, they typically don't understand it, or they had a negative experience with it. So when you focus on your financials, get a basic credit card, you know, don't carry a balance on it, pay it off immediately, and just build your credit. So when you go in your 30s, 40s, you'll be good buying a car or whatever. I could do a whole video on credit, but we keeping that short. And lastly, be disciplined and make calculated mistakes. So everything I said previously will require discipline. It won't just come to you out of bed one day and you just start launching a business, you start sketching the business plan and you go to file for an LLC. This happens with a disciplined mindset and a disciplined lifestyle. This all happens when you go to the gym constantly. You get into the frequency of knocking things out. The domino effects takes full effect. And when I say calculated mistakes, that's almost the same thing as taking large risk. Don't just rob a bank. Start. People go with the extremes when I say things, right? So calculated mistakes is just starting a business. Investing your money in like stocks, investing your money in like things that would pay you lucratively in the long term, 20 years from now, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now. This is all things that would set you up for life by doing these 5 basic things. So engage in hobbies, preferably ones that you can monetize, take large risk, develop healthy habits, build your credit, be dedicated, and make calculated mistakes. 5 things that you should do in your 20s that will aid you and shape your life for the rest of your life until you live. This will carry on not only to you, but the rest of your family members and your friends by them just seeing how consistent you are and them seeing the fruits you bear. So this has been a video, more studios out. Click the link in the bio for the Caged Bird Still Flies. Caged Bird Still Flies, out now on Amazon. And if you enjoyed this video, like, share, comment, subscribe. Until next time, you guys be well.